In a shocking twist, the USA women's basketball team, once considered invincible, is facing unprecedented challenges in Paris. Veteran star Diana Taurasi has found herself benched after a series of disappointing performances. However, it's the absence of one player that looms large, Caitlin Clark. Leaving Clark off the Olympic roster has become a glaring mistake for Team USA, with fan support dwindling and their golden legacy at risk. While Team USA struggles, Caitlin Clark is writing her own redemption story. Free from the pressures of the Olympics, she's laser-focused on what could be a historic playoff run with the Indiana Fever. Buckle up, because what Clark is about to do in the WNBA playoffs might just change the landscape of women's basketball forever. Team USA's vulnerability without Clark is evident. The squad that once dominated the international stage now looks shaky, and fans are noticing. In their game against Nigeria, the arena had only 12,436 fans, far fewer than the packed houses Clark draws in the WNBA. On the court, Team USA is missing that spark, the game-changing ability that Clark brings. They managed an 88-74 win against Nigeria, a scoreline that would have been unthinkable in previous Olympics. Clark's absence is felt in every aspect: her long-range shooting, court vision, and the energy she injects into both her teammates and the fans. In the WNBA, Clark is averaging over 17.1 points and 8.2 assists per game, not just scoring but elevating everyone around her. That's exactly what Team USA is lacking. They're winning, but without dominance or inspiration. The decision to exclude Clark from the team is looking more questionable with each game. It's not just about her stats, it's about the energy she brings, the fans she attracts, and the way she elevates the game of basketball. Meanwhile, Clark is maximizing her time back home. Far from sulking about the Olympic snub, she's turning this period into an opportunity for growth and preparation. Sources close to the Indiana Fever report that Clark has been putting in extra hours in the gym, fine-tuning her shooting and working on her conditioning. She's actively engaged with her Fever teammates, building chemistry and developing new plays that could become game-changers in the upcoming playoffs. Clark's mindset during this time is remarkable. She's approaching her training with a mix of determination and joy that's infectious. This period of focused training, free from the pressures of Olympic competition, could be a blessing in disguise for Clark and the Fever. Now, let's talk about what everyone's excited for: Caitlin Clark in the WNBA playoffs. If you thought she was impressive in the regular season, get ready for the playoffs, where legends are made. Clark has already shown glimpses of her playoff potential. Remember her performance against the New York Liberty? She dropped a triple-double with 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 13 assists, against one of the league's top teams. Clark is a different beast when the stakes are high. We saw it in college when she led Iowa to the national championship game, and now, with a season of WNBA experience under her belt, she's poised to elevate her game even further. Her ability to read the game and adjust is off the charts, which will be crucial in a playoff series. Experts are already whispering about the possibility of Clark leading one of the greatest playoff runs in WNBA history. It's not just about her individual performances, it's about how she makes everyone around her better. The Indiana Fever, once considered underdogs, are now seen as potential dark horses in the playoffs, all thanks to the Caitlin Clark effect. Meanwhile, Cheryl Reeve and the decision-makers for Team USA are under intense scrutiny. The decision to bench Diana Taurasi against Nigeria was a clear admission that something wasn't working. Taurasi, a legend in her own right, had been struggling, scoring only 3 points in the last 3 games. This move highlighted the larger issue at hand: the team composition and strategy were not optimal. Reeve's decision to prioritize experience over current form is now being questioned by fans and analysts alike. The inclusion of veterans like Taurasi and Chelsea Gray, while leaving out dynamic young talents like Caitlin Clark, is looking more problematic with each passing game. Before being benched, Taurasi was averaging just 1 point per game in the Olympics. The lack of excitement and dwindling fan interest are direct results of these roster decisions. Reeve's coaching philosophy seems at odds with the evolving nature of women's basketball: faster, more dynamic, and more three-point oriented, all areas where Clark excels. This situation raises important questions about the selection process for national teams. Should current form and playing style be prioritized over experience? How do we balance respect for veterans with the need to inject new energy into the team? As Team USA faces tougher competition in the later rounds of the Olympics, these decisions will be put to the ultimate test. The pressure is mounting on Reeve to justify her choices, especially as Clark continues to shine in the WNBA. Looking beyond the current Olympics, it's clear that the landscape of USA basketball and the WNBA is shifting, with Caitlin Clark at the center of this seismic change. The future of USA basketball is at a crossroads. The dominance we've seen in past Olympics can no longer be taken for granted. Other countries are catching up, and the US needs to evolve its approach to maintain its edge. This is where Clark comes in. She represents the future of basketball, not just women's basketball, but the sport as a whole. Her style of play, characterized by deep three-pointers, flashy passes, and an uncanny court awareness, is where the game is headed. It's exciting, marketable, and most importantly, effective. Looking ahead to the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles, it's hard to imagine a scenario where Clark isn't the face of Team USA. By then, she'll be in her prime with years of WNBA experience under her belt. The question isn't whether Clark will be on the team, but rather how the team will be built around her unique talents. We're likely to see a Caitlin Clark effect in youth basketball participation rates in the coming years. For the WNBA, Clark's rise couldn't have come at a better time. The league is growing, but it needs star power to take it to the next level. Clark has the potential to be that transcendent star, much like Steph Curry revolutionized the NBA with his playing style. As we approach the WNBA playoffs, anticipation is reaching a fever pitch. The stage is set for what could be one of the most exciting postseasons in WNBA history, and all eyes are on Caitlin Clark. But let's be clear, the road ahead won't be easy. The Indiana Fever will face teams with more playoff experience, more established stars, and defenses specifically designed to stop Clark. The pressure will be immense. Can Clark maintain her incredible form when every possession counts? How will she handle the increased physicality of playoff basketball? Will her teammates step up and support her when defenses inevitably double-team her? These are the questions that will be answered in the coming weeks, and the basketball world is holding its breath. Meanwhile, across the ocean, Team USA is battling for gold without Clark. Every game they struggle, every time they fail to dominate as expected, the spotlight on Clark's absence grows brighter. The tension between what could have been and what is actually happening is palpable. And let's not forget about Cheryl Reeve and the USA basketball decision-makers, they're under intense scrutiny. If Team USA fails to win gold, or even if they win but struggle to do so, how will they justify leaving a talent like Clark off the roster? The pressure on them is just as intense as it is on the players. As we head into this crucial period, the stakes couldn't be higher. For Clark, it's a chance to prove everyone who doubted her wrong. For the Fever, it's an opportunity to shock the world. For Team USA, it's a fight to maintain their golden legacy. And for the fans, it's the promise of witnessing basketball history in the making. What do you think Caitlin Clark's impact will be in the playoffs? Will she lead the Fever to an upset victory? How many records do you think she'll break? And most importantly, do you think Team USA is regretting their decision to leave her off the Olympic roster? Drop your predictions in the comments below, let's get a discussion going. Your insights are valuable, and I love hearing different perspectives from fellow basketball enthusiasts. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay up to date with all things Caitlin Clark and the WNBA, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We'll be covering every twist and turn of Clark's playoff journey, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. See you in the next video.